Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the next reading session. Hope you're all doing great, and we are beginning with a new story. It's the Sleuths. So, let's begin. In a big city, a man will disappear with the suddenness and completeness of the flame of a candle that is blown out. All the agencies of Inquisition, the hounds of the trail, the sleuths of the city's labyrinths, the closest detectives of the theory and induction. Induction. The only thing I know is induction cooker. Will be invoked to the search. Most often, the man's face will be seen no more. Sometimes he will reappear in Sheboygan, or in the wilds of Terry Hunter, calling himself one of the synonyms of Smith, and without memory of events up to a certain time, including the grocer's bill. Sometimes it will be found after dragging the rivers and pulling the restaurants to see if he may be waiting for a well-done sirloin sirloin, that he has moved next door. This snuffing out of a human being like the erasure of a chalk man from a backboard is one of the most impressive themes in dramaturgy. The case of Mary Slender, in point, should not be without interest. A man of middle age, of the name of Meigs, came from the West to New York to find his sister, Mrs. Mary Snyder, a widow, aged 52, who had been living for a year in a tenement house in a crowded neighborhood. At her address, he was told that Mary Snyder had moved away longer than a month before. No one could tell him her new address. On coming out, Mr. Meigs addressed a policeman who was standing on the corner and explained his dilemma. My sister is very poor, he said, and I'm anxious to find her. I have recently made quite a lot of money in a lead mine. Gold mine. And I want her to share my prosperity. Such a nice word. Sounds amazing. Prosperity. There is no use in advertising her because she cannot read. The policeman pulled his mustache and looked so thoughtful and mighty that Meigs could almost feel the joyful tears of his sister Mary dropping upon his bright blue tie. You go down the Canal Street neighborhood, said the policeman, and get the job driving the biggest dray you can find. There's old woman always getting knocked over by drays. Down there. You may see her among them. If you don't want to do that, you better go around to her headquarters and get them to put a fly cop on the dam. them. At the police headquarters, Mix received radio assistance. A general alarm was sent out, and copies of a photograph of Mary Slider that her brother had were distributed among the stations. At Mulberry Street, the chief assigned Detective Mullins to the case. The detective took Mix aside and said, "This is not very difficult. This is not very difficult case to unravel. This is not a very difficult case to unravel. Unravel. Shave off your whiskers, fill your pockets with good cigars, and meet me in the cafe of the Waldorf at 3 o'clock this afternoon." Mix obeyed. He found Mullins there. They had a bottle of wine while the detective asked questions concerning the missing woman. "Now," said Mullins, "New York is a big city, but we've got the detective business systematized." What's the difference, guys? Somebody of you probably know. Systemized and systematized. Systematized. I don't know the difference. There are two ways we can go about finding your sister. We will try one of them first. You say she's 52? A little past, said Mix. The detective conducted the Westerner to a branch advertising office of one of the largest DLIs. There he wrote the following AD and submitted it to Mix. Wanted at once 100 attractive chorus girls for a new musical comedy. Apply all day at Now and O Broadway. Mix was indignant. "My sister," said he, "is a poor, hard worker, elderly woman. I don't see what aid an advertisement of this kind would be toward finding her." "All right," said the detective. "I guess you don't know New York, but if you got a grouch against this scheme, we'll try the other one. It's a sure thing, but it will cost you more." "Never mind the expense," said Mix. We'll try it. The sleuth led him back to the Waldorf, engaged a couple of bedrooms and a parlor, he advised, and let's go up. This was done, and the two were shown to a superb suite on the fourth floor. Mix looked puzzled. The detective sank into a velvet armchair and pulled out his cigar case. "I forgot to suggest, old man," he said, "that you should have taken the rooms by the month. They wouldn't have stuck you so much for them." "By the month? Exclaimed Mix. "What do you mean?" "Oh, it will take time to work the game this way. I told you it would cost you more. We'll have to wait till spring. There'll be a new city directory out then. Very likely your sister's name and address will be in it. Mix rid himself of the city detective at once, and the next day someone advised him to consult Shamrock Jones, New York's famous private detective, who demanded fabulous fees, but performed miracles in the way of solving mysteries and crimes. Alright, guys, that was the first part of the Sleuths, and we're gonna have two more parts. Not a big story. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Bye.